I've had various different publishing and marketing companies. So I've had 20 years in this sector, and over that time I've seen things move from what I would class as analogue marketing through into digital marketing. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to lose all forms of print advertising, but you just have to do it in a cleverer way, to actually having a bit more of a structured formula as to how you're going to actually find new leads, track those leads and convert them into business. We had some simple processes in place for our sales guys that were cold calling the database. And those simple processes were speak to somebody, if they like the idea of the product, send them an email, and then follow up from that email and see if you can arrange a face-to-face meeting. What I wanted to do was make a system so that the sales guys could still make the phone calls, but they could just change the status of the person in the business, and then the system would do the rest. The system would send the email, the system would know if that person clicked on the email to look at our example video or our example on the web, and if they did, then it would automatically send a second email which looked like it had come from the sales guy's Outlook account saying, oh, I forgot to mention I'm passing your office next week, shall I pop in and we can just have a coffee and a chat about it. So our sales guys would immediately start to get emails back saying, yeah, I could do 10 o'clock next Tuesday or something like that. So it went from a process that was very labour intensive and there were lots of holes in it to being just a real simple process of changing somebody's status, and it would take the person right pretty much through the journey to arranging the face-to-face meeting. FRAGRA was built by our development team, who have 8 years experience of working in a business whereby we look at people's systems and try to improve those systems through automation. Having a system that is simple enough for a normal person to use is a key part of the FRAGRA process. Well, I had a client that we switched on about 2 weeks ago, who sent me an email the next day just saying, wow, we honestly don't know how we ever lived without this system. And once you actually get a report from FRAGRA telling you who's on your website, who's looking at things, then is when you start to realise it's not possible to function without this. Right now, there's somebody on your website that you know of that you pitched to at some point, looking at something, and if you were to know that and you were to call them today, you would probably do the deal. But if you don't use a system like FRAGRA, then you don't know who they are and you're not going to do the deal.